Hello everyone, welcome to Triple Classes. Hope everyone is doing good. My name is Prashant. In this video, we are going to discuss about the books and authors from January to June 2022. The books are very important in our life because they mold our behavior, and also the words in the books have the power to empower the people to imagine a situation even though they are not present in that situation, and it's also very important in exam point of view. In this video, we are going to see the name of the book and the author and a brief description wherever it is necessary, because the examiner may ask what does the book deals about. In this consideration, we also see some brief about a book which only we feel necessary for our exam. So the first book is Mamata Beyond 2021. It is about the CM of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee. It is authored by Jayanta Ghoshal and translated by Arunava Sinha. So remember, it is authored by Jayanta Ghoshal and translated by Arunava Sinha. In the exam, they may ask us, it is authored by Arunava Sinha and translated by Jayanta Ghoshal, but it is not the situation. It is authored by Jayanta Ghoshal and translated by Arunava Sinha. It deals about how BJP lost its power in West Bengal. The next book is Gandhi's Assassin, Making of Nathuram Godse and His Idea of India. It is authored by Dhirendra Keja and discuss about the Godse ideologies about India. The next book is Ratan N. Tata. It is a biography of Ratan Tata authored by Dr. Thomas Matthew. The next book is Indomitable, a working woman's notes on life, work and leadership. We know that women played a very important role in our national movement, and they are also very important in today's life in shaping the behavior of our children. So the book Indomitable, a working woman's notes on life, work and leadership is an autobiography of Arundhati Bhattacharya. The next book is Bose, the untold story of an inconvenient nationalist. We all know that Bose is a socialistic leader and he follows in revolution. He gives a slogan that give me blood, I will give you freedom. So the book is authored by Chandrachur Ghosh. In this book, he discusses about the thoughts and opinions of Subhash Chandra Bose. The next book is Legend of Birsa Munda. It is released by Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari. It is authored by Tuhin A. Sinha and Ankita Verma. The next book is India's Women Unsung Heroes. So we can see that there are two books based on women. The first one is Indomitable, and now it is India's Women Unsung Heroes. It tells us that women's role is very important, and they may ask the book related to women also. It is released by Ministry of Culture in partnership with Amar Chitra Katha. The next book is The $10 Trillion Dream. It is authored by Subhash Chandra Garg, who is a former Finance Secretary of India. In this book, he suggests some reforms to achieve the $10 trillion dream for Indian economy. The next book is A Little Book of India, celebrating 75 years of independence. It's also very important because the tagline is 75 years of independence, and we are in the 75th year of independence. They may ask the question like A Little Book of India is authored by. So the answer is Ruskin Bond. In this book, it deals about the physical and spiritual attributes of India. Generally, when a person sees the book like sees a tagline like celebrating 75 years of independence, he may think that the book may deal with the struggles of India to get independence, but it is not the case. In this book, Ruskin Bond deals the blend of physical and spiritual attributes of India. The next book is Fearless Governance. It is authored by Dr. Kiran Bedi, who is a IPS officer. In this, she shares her experience of 40 years and also 5 years of service as Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. The next is Operation Katma. It is authored by R.C. Ganju and Ashwini Bhatnagar. It is based upon the operations by Special Operations Group of Jammu and Kashmir Police, which led to the killing of 22 terrorists of Jammu Kashmir Liberation Front. The next book is Class of 2006, a sneak peek into the misadventures of great Indian engineering life. It is authored by Akash Kansal. The next book is India, that is Bharat, Coloniality, Civilization and Constitution. It is authored by J. Sai Deepak. The next book is Golden by Neeraj Chopra. It is authored by Navdeep Singhil. We all know that the Neeraj Chopra have bagged gold medal at Tokyo Olympics in javelin throw. So in this particular question, the examiner may ask the golden boy Neeraj Chopra is written by, because everyone will know that the book deals about how Neeraj Chopra won gold medal. So the examiner will ask the author of this book. Moving to next one, it is Atharva, the origin. In this, cricketer Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been portrayed as superhero. This was released by Virzu Studios in association with Midas Deals Private Limited. So in the previous video, I have released a trick to remember the concept for a longer time. That is, when you read about a topic, you should also cover the related topics to the topic. In this video, I am going to release another trick. That is, when you are reading a topic, not only relating it with other topics, but also discuss it with your friends and explain them, so you can remember it for a long time. So generally, the books and authors is a factual data. So you have to discuss it with your friends, like, do you know this book, do you know the author, like in that way, so you can remember it for a longer time. So moving to the next book, it is Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Indira, the India's most powerful prime ministers. It is authored by Sagarika Ghose. The next one is India-Africa Relations, Changing Horizons. It is authored by Rajiv Kumar Bhatia. In this, the book explores the emergence and assertion of Africa as a significant actor and stakeholder in global affairs, and the transformation of relationship between India and Africa. The India and Africa have a good bilateral relationship in terms of import exports like precious metals like gold, diamond and other. And the historical relation between India and Africa is that some of the Indians went to Africa as a plantation workers and settled in South Africa. So in this consideration, the book is also very important. And the next book is Dignity in a Digital Age, Making Tech Work for All of Us. It is authored by Ro Khanna. It highlights the effects of changing lifestyle patterns of Americans due to technological progress. We all know that America is a well-developed country who are very advanced in technology. The book deals about how the lifestyle patterns of Americans changed due to technological progress. The next book is Humane, How the USA Abandoned the Peace and Reinvented War. We can see that wherever there is a war, USA is involved in it. So the book Humane is also very important, because in recent situations, America is always taking a stand in war. And the book is authored by Samuel Moen. The next is How to Prevent the Next Pandemic. The 2 years of our life have wasted in fighting the pandemic. Many have sacrificed their life. So it is also a very important book to remember. The book is authored by Bill Gates, a well-known name to everyone, Bill Gates. He authored the book How to Prevent the Next Pandemic. The next book is A Nation to Protect. It's authored by Priyam Gandhi and launched by Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia. The book highlights the role of PM Narendra Modi during the COVID crisis in past 2 years. So the previous book, How to Prevent the Next Pandemic, is also related to coronavirus, authored by Bill Gates. And the book A Nation to Protect, it also deals about how we fought against coronavirus and the role of our Prime Minister Modi during the COVID crisis in past 2 years. The next is The Great Tech Game, Shaping Geopolitics and Destinies of Nations. It is authored by Anirudh Suri. In this, he deals the roadmap for how any country must develop in its own strategic plan to succeed in this technological dominant era. Because it is not like the ancient times where we have to go every towns and promote our parties. In this digitalized era, everyone is using the technology to promote their ideologies. So the book also deals the same concept. The next one is A History of Sriniketan, authored Rabindranath Tagore's pioneering work in rural constructions. It is authored by Uma Das Gupta. We all know that our national anthem Jana Gana Mana have taken from Rabindranath Tagore's work. So the History of Sriniketan, Rabindranath Tagore's pioneering work in rural construction, is authored by Uma Das Gupta, is also very important. The next is The Founders, the story of PayPal and the Entrepreneurs Who Shaped Silicon Valley. It is authored by Jimmy Soni. It deals the story of multinational digital payments company PayPal and how it covered the journey of startup that turned into one of the most successful companies of all time in present scenario. The next is Tomb of Sand. It's a translation into Hindi, translated and authored by Geetanjali Sri. The next is Role of Labour in India's Development. It is released by Ministry of Labour and Employment and Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupendra Yadav. In this, it is a part of iconic celebrations of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The V.V. Giri's National Labour Institute has published the book. The next is Soli Sorabji, Life and Times, authored by Avinav Chandrachud. The next one is On Board My Years in BCCI. It's an autobiographical account of Ratnakar Shetty. The next book is Ungalil Oruvan. It translates into One Among You. It is the M.K. Stalin's autobiography launched by Rahul Gandhi. The first part of autobiography contains his early life experiences of M.K. Stalin. The next one is Udan, Ek Mazdoor Bachche Ki, authored by Mithilesh Tiwari. The next is Millionaire Yogi, a modern day parable about reclaiming one's life. It is authored by Deepam Chatterjee. The book talks about Jaishankar Prasad, who has a shady rise in his journey as an entrepreneur and Vinny and a mystic monk. The next one is Rafa, My Story. It is an autobiography by Rafa. The Blue Book, a writer's journal, authored by Amitabh Kumar. It is an outcome of diary keeping by the author during the time of lockdown due to pandemics. So, as of now, we have seen 3 books related to pandemic. The third one is The Blue Book. It is authored by Amitabh Kumar. The next one is Queen of India Pop, the autobiography of Usha Uthup. The book was originally written in Hindi titled Ullas Ki Naav, authored by Vikas Kumar Jha, and it is the biography of Usha Uthup. The next one is Indian Agriculture Towards 2030, Pathways for Enhancing Farmers' Income, Nutritional Security and Sustainable Food and Farm Systems. The Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Narendra Singh Tomar, has released this book. The next book is Spurti Pradata Sri Somaiya. It is authored by Shyam Prasad and launched by Vice President Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. It is based on the life story of Sri Sompalli Somaiya, a social worker from Andhra Pradesh. He inspired youth to dedicate their lives to social welfare. The next one is The Little Book of Joy. In the book focus on the meaning of true happiness. What does the happiness mean to a person, which is not the materialistic world but lies in the nature of human beings. In present society, everyone will see their happiness in the materialistic point of view, like if you buy a car you feel happy, if you buy a house you feel happy. But the book, The Little Book of Joy, focus on the meaning of true happiness, which is not present in the materialistic world but which is present within the human being itself. It is authored by Nobel Prize winners 14th Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. The next one is Unfilled Barrels, India's Oil Story, authored by Richa Mishra. It highlights the key role played by Keshav Dev Malaviya, who was a petroleum minister in 1970s with a degree in oil technology. We all know that in 1973 there was an oil crisis and it gave rise to formation of G7. And the book Unfilled Barrels also discusses the role of Keshav Dev Malaviya, who was a petroleum minister in the times of oil crisis. It was authored by Richa Mishra. The next book is Vrist Assured, an autobiography. It was authored by former Indian cricket captain Gundappa Ranganatha Vishwanath. He traces the cricket journey of Gundappa Vishwanath, who played Test cricket for India between 1969 and 1986. He made 91 appearances and scored more than 6,000 runs. The next one is Road to 1000. It is also related to our cricket and it is It was released by Sports Star and the Hindu Group. The book was a collection of 1000 pictures to commemorate India's cricket journey. So the next book is More Than Just Surgery, Life Lessons Beyond the Operation Theatre OT. It was authored by Padma Awardee Dr. Tehemton Erach Udvadia. It deals about the personal account of people, incidents, mentors, failures and absurdities against the backdrop of surgery. Means it deals about how a person faces the situation after he underwent a surgery. The book maps the journey of Dr. Tehmeton Erich Udvadia from his student years through residency, research, surgical practice and surgical teaching as a means of sharing the lessons he learned. The next is Modi at the rate of 20. Dreams Met Delivery. It was launched by BJP Party, Bharatiya Janata Party. The book is a compilation of pieces written by intellectuals and experts and has been edited and compiled by Bluecraft Digital Foundation. The next one is Spurti Pradata Sri Somaya. It was authored by Shyam Prasad and was released by our Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu. The book is based on life story of Sri Someshpalli Somaya, a social worker from Andhra Pradesh. The next one is Amit Shah Ani Bajabachi Vatchal. It was released by Devendra Fadnavis, who was a former CM of Maharashtra. The next one is Not Just a Night Watchman, My Innings in the BCCI. It was authored by Padma Vibhushan Awardee Vinod Rai, who was a former Comptroller and Auditor General of India. The next one is The Boy Who Wrote a Constitution, a play for children on human rights. It was authored by Rajesh Talwar. Based on the drama on Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar's own recollections of his childhood has been released. So it discussed the early childhood of our father of constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji. The book written by Rajesh Talwar and it was named as The Boy Who Wrote a Constitution, a play for children on human rights. The next one is Vanishing of Subhash Chandra Bose, Gandhi and Ambedkar and the Four-Legged Scorpion and Aurangzeb. It was also authored by Rajesh Talwar. The next one is The Magic of Mangala Jodi. The tagline is My research works on Sikh history and philosophy. It was authored by Avinash Khemka and Avinash Mahapatra and released by Chief Minister of Odisha Naveen Patnaik. The next one is Chinese Spies, from Chairman Mao to Xi Jinping. It was authored by French journalist. See, the book is Chinese Spies and authored by French journalist who is named as Roger Faligot. The next one is Hear Yourself, authored by Prem Rawat. It is to help people to understand their own potential, because many of people are not confident in themselves and they always feel that they are weak and they cannot achieve the goal they dreamed of. But the book Hear Yourself, authored by Prem Rawat, deals how a people can understand their own potential and how they can achieve the goals which they keep in their life. So it will help them find a peace in the noisy world. Like in this cutthroat competition world, you should also concentrate on your abilities. The book deals in that matter and advise the audience that they have more wisdom in themselves than they perceive, because they see themselves as weak, but it is not the case. He says that every human has greater potential in themselves than what they see about themselves. This book is to help them develop better self-understanding. It is like a motivational book which emphasizes on our self-skills and builds confidence in ourselves. The next one is Tomb of Sand, authored by Geetanjali Sri. It is the first Hindi language work of fiction to be shortlisted for prestigious literary prize, International Booker Prize. So write a short note on International Booker Prize, who releases them and what are the genres in which these awards are given, and who are the authors got this International Booker Prize in last 3 or 4 years. The next one is Tiger of Dras. The Captain Anuj Nair, a Kargil hero, authored by Meena Nair. The next one is Maverick Effect, authored by Harish Mehta. The book tells the untold story of how in the 1970s and 1980s a band of dreamers joined hands to create NASCOM and pave the way for IT revolution in India. So we can see that everything is digitized in today's era. We all make our work easy through internet, and the book Maverick Effect also deals how the IT revolution took place in India, authored by Harish Mehta. The next one is Crunch Time, Narendra Modi's National Security Crisis, authored by Dr. Sriram Chaulia Haas. The next one is Queen of Fire, authored by Devika Rangachari. It explores the story of Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. So everyone know that the Rani Lakshmi Bai, who is of Rani of Jhansi, was a very fearful fighter, and also the British officer named Hugh Ross also said that she was a lady among all the men who fought equal to the men. So it is also very important to remember the book Queen of Fire. It is authored by Devika Rangachari. The next one is Birsa Munda Jan Jatiya Nayak. It is authored by Professor Alok Chakrawal, who is the Vice Chancellor of Chhattisgarh. Till now we have seen 2 books on Birsa Munda, so it stresses how important the tribal issues for our exam. It was released by Union Minister of Education and Skill Development, Dharmendra Pradhan. And the next book is Decoding India's Babudam, authored by Ashwini Srivatsava. The next book is Leaders, Politicians, Citizens, 50 Figures Who Influenced India's Politics, authored by Rashid Kidwai. So in this book we have 50 leaders and politicians who shaped the minds of India, and they are strengthening the democracy of India and governance in India. The next one is Indo-Pak War 1971, Reminiscence of Air Warriors. It was released by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. The book features 50 Swarnim articles written by veterans narrating their experience in detail. The next book is Struggle for Police Reforms in India, Rulers Police to People's Police, authored by former IPS officer Prakash Singh. It was released by Mr. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu. The next one is The Indian Story and India Then and Now and India Ahead. So the book is named as The Indian Story, India Then and Now and India Ahead. It was authored by former RBI Governor Bimal Jalan. He traces India's economic policies from 1991 to 2019 to offer insights on learning from the past. The next one is Listen to Your Heart, The London Adventure. It was authored by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond also authored a book like The Little Book of Joy, which deals about the true happiness, and he also authored other book named as Listen to Your Heart, The London's Adventure. The next one is e-book, a civil list 2022 of IAS officers. It was released by Jitendra Singh, who is the Union Minister of State. The next one is A Place Called Home, authored by Preeti Shenoy. It deals about secrets and family and finding yourself. The next one is Business of Sports, The Winning Formula for Success. It was authored by Vinith Karnik. So the last slide of this video, the book is Bharatiya Samvidhan, authored by Ankahi Kahani. The book Bharatiya Samvidhan Ankahi Kahani. It means the untold story, Ankahi Kahani, the story which is untold, Bharatiya Samvidhan. It was authored by Ram Bahadur Rai and released by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The next book is Gautam Adani, The Man Who Changed India, authored by R.N. Bhaskar, who claim it deals that unknown aspects of one of the richest man in the world. The last book is Ashtanga Yoga, authored by Dr. Sonu Pogat. So these are the important books which were released from January to June 2022, which are very important for our examination point of view. So to remember all these books, you should follow the trick what I said you, that discuss these books with your friends while you are preparing, and also the first trick which I have released in the previous video, like revise the surrounding concepts when you are reading about a concept, so you can remember the concept for longer time. So all the best for your exam.